You wake up early, you follow the plan, you work super hard, but you just don't get the results you wanted. You feel stuck, as if an invisible force is working against you. What if I told you there is? The problem isn't your effort. If it was, the construction worker who moves bricks in the scorching sun would be the most successful person in the world. After more than a decade studying Chinese metaphysics, I've seen one concept explain success and failure more than any other. Chinese wisdom calls it the heaven, earth, man concept. When these three forces are aligned, that's when success happens. So in this video, I'll explain what exactly is this heaven, earth, man concept. What ancient tools the Chinese masters use to analyze if you're in the right place or in the right time, and the single biggest mistake that keeps people stuck. And if you like astrology or readings, stay till the end. I'll share a mindset that changes how you use them. But before I explain what this ancient concept means, let's look at a modern day example. The story of the most valuable company in the world, Nvidia. Back in 2006, they launched a platform called CUDA. It was a brilliant piece of technology that allows their graphics card to do complex computing. But there was one small problem. It was almost 20 years ago. Nobody was talking about AI. We, the average people, were way more interested in the very first iPhone, about putting a mini computer into our pockets. So Wall Street wasn't buying it. But the founder, Jensen Huang, kept the faith. He continued to invest in a department that wasn't giving them massive profits. Then 6 years later in 2012, the first small wave came. A project named AlexNet used Nvidia's chips built based on CUDA to win a massive AI competition, shocking the AI world. This was the moment the world got a tiny glimpse of what AI can do and how powerful Nvidia's technology was. But even then, we were all still busy with our iPhones and iPads, more than ever. The world still wasn't ready. But Jensen Huang and Nvidia didn't give up. They kept the faith that this piece of technology would one day change the world. Finally, in late 2022, a big wave came. ChatGPT exploded onto the scene, and the rest was history. ChatGPT was the software, but it needed powerful hardware to run. The exact tools that Nvidia had been patiently building for nearly 20 years. Every tech giant now was telling Nvidia, "Take my money." And today, Nvidia is a $1 trillion company, the most valuable company in the whole world. So, what does this incredible story have to do with you feeling stuck? Everything. See, their incredible success wasn't just because they worked hard. This is the perfect example of the alignment of all three ancient forces, the heaven, earth, and man. This isn't just a business story, it's a life story. Empires rise this way, careers rise this way. Your life can rise this way as well. Let me explain. The man part was their years of dedicated work, their persistence, their vision, and their beliefs. Had Jensen Huang given up and shut down the CUDA team because it was burning money, we wouldn't have the advanced chips that fuel AI today. Next, the earth part. This was Jensen Huang's resources and environment. He had a profitable graphics card business that could fund the CUDA research. He had a solid team of experts. Had he started from scratch, the temptation to shut it down during those long years would have been much higher. He had two of the three forces on his side, man and earth. What he didn't have was the most uncontrollable one, the heaven part, the right timing. It took nearly 20 years for that timing to be right. So let's dive deeper. What exactly is this heaven, earth, man concept, and how does it actually apply to your real life? This powerful idea appears in many ancient texts. One of them is the I Ching, or Book of Changes, which is the source of almost all Chinese philosophy and metaphysics. Think of heaven, earth, man like a three-legged stool. If you only focus on one, the whole thing is gonna topple. Heaven is the timing, the era you live in, the current trends, the family you were born in. This is the part you can't control. Earth is your environment. It's your location, the people you're surrounded by, and the resources you have access to. The opportunities available in a prosperous city versus a remote village are massively different. This is the part that you have some control. And man is you. This is your effort, your choices, and your mindset. It's the part you have 100% control over. So, how do you apply this in a practical way? we get a lot of advice on the man part. Work hard, upgrade your skills, hustle. We all understand that. But what about the earth part? Think about your environment. Some people love working at home, but if you have young children running around, you are working against your earth force. For others, just having a bed in the same room is a huge distraction. Your environment must support your goals. And as for the heaven part, you have to recognize if the timing is right. I had a client, 18-year-old, who wanted to build a multi-million-dollar business. I respect that ambition, but the timing just wasn't right. He first needed to acquire skills and life experiences. For others, they say the trend is your friend. If you are doing something that isn't in demand, it doesn't mean you can't succeed. But you must acknowledge that the path will be harder. Remember the Nvidia story? You must always work on your earth and man parts because those are the things that you can control. And once the heaven part connects, that's when you succeed. It's like playing cards. You can't control what cards you draw. You just have to play well and wait for the final card to win. So you might be wondering, is there a way to know if you are in the right place or at the right time? The answer is yes. Chinese masters use specific tools from Chinese metaphysics. For the earth part, we use Feng Shui. It's not just about moving furniture, it's the art of arranging your environment to improve the energy, giving you the mental clarity so you can make better decisions and feel supported by your space. For the heaven part, we use tools like Bazi. Bazi maps out your life's luck cycles, which come in 10-year blocks. This helps explain why someone might struggle in their 20s but become a millionaire in their 40s or 50s. It gives you an overview of your personal cosmic weather. And as for a specific event, whether the likelihood of success for a certain thing, we use prediction methods like I Ching divination. By using these ancient tools, you can make better choices in your career, relationships, and your health. So if this framework is so simple, what goes wrong? Well, most people are focused on just one of the three forces. This is the biggest mistake. We have two types of people. On one side, you have the extreme superstitious type. To them, it's all about fate. They pray, they hope, and they buy expensive lucky charms. They continue to use the same strategy that didn't work and hope it will now start working after wearing that lucky bracelet. But they never change their own actions. On the other side, you have the extreme confident type. To them, it's all about me. They believe hard work is the only thing that matters and they dismiss metaphysics or luck entirely. Well, you know the truth. The first type is only focused on the heaven part. The second is only focused on the man part. The truly successful person understands the wisdom in both sides. They take 100% control of their own effort, the man part. But they also use tools like Feng Shui and Bazi to get the heaven and earth parts to work with them, not against them. So, as promised, here is the most important mindset you need when approaching things like astrology and fortune telling. Have you ever met someone who claims that they can predict the future with 100% certainty? In Singapore, we call that a big cannon fairy, someone who over-promises. Think about it logically. If destiny is made up of three parts and a fortune teller can only analyze your heaven part, that's only 33.3% of the whole story. Even if they are Feng Shui master, that only adds another 33.3%. How can anyone claim 100% certainty when they can't see your choices, your effort, or your free will? Even the I Ching, the source of all this wisdom, it's called the Book of Changes for a reason. It tells us that things can be changed. Your conduct and your effort can change outcomes. Well, it's not easy, but it's a powerful way. So use these metaphysics tools as a strategic guide, like a compass that guides your direction. But never forget that you are the one steering the ship. Your effort is the only thing that you can truly control. So give it your absolute best. Heaven is the when, earth is the where, man is the how. Well, earlier I mentioned the heaven, earth, man concept comes from a very powerful book, the source of all Chinese wisdom. But what you learn in this video is only the tip of the iceberg. The heaven, earth, man concept is only one small piece of the incredible wisdom taught in the powerful ancient classic. So watch this video next, where I'll introduce you to the I Ching, and you'll understand why this powerful text is called the king of all ancient classics. Well, if you're still here, I've saved this for the very end because this is a personal message. I want to dedicate this video to my father who recently passed away. He was the only person in the world who watched every single one of my videos from start to finish, every single day. 爸爸，这个视频的结尾我要跟你说声谢谢你，谢谢你从小到大对我的爱，谢谢你永远不管我做什么都100%的支持我。在这个世界上，只有你会每天都看我的视频，而且还是从头看到尾。虽然我只有8条视频，但你还是每天重复的看。我相信你在天上，你有可能还在看我的这条视频。谢谢你，是你让我从小对华人的传统和智慧感到兴趣，不然我也不可能会走上这条路做这类的视频。你就是我的天地人，我爱你，希望你在天安息。